Brothers, what is going on, everybody? It's Civil here, and today I'm going to be telling you why you should not use the new golden ticket Cam Newton. If we're going to talk Cam Newton, the first thing we have to talk about is quite literally Cam Newton as a player himself. And the biggest thing with quarterbacks this year, as you guys definitely know by now, is going to be QB releases. I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're going to keep, having some balls thrown right here. His release just isn't really great. His release just isn't. It's not the worst in the world. It's not. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's awful, but it's just not ideal. I'm gonna keep on throwing balls right here. I mean, it's not that fast. Obviously, you could throw Gunslinger on him. It'll be better. But I mean, there's a lot better ones. Like Josh Allen has a better release. You throw Gunslinger on Josh Allen, you're gonna see better results. Aaron Rodgers obviously doesn't have a golden ticket, but Aaron Rodgers has the best release in the game. There's going to be people who have better releases than Michael Vick has a better release. I think RG3 has a really, really, really good release as well. His throw on the run release is fine. It's not great, but it's not bad by any means. But this is something you guys are going to have to take into huge consideration when using him. And honestly, I don't think that for this reason, this is a huge thing with quarterbacks. And yes, like I said, Gunslinger will improve this. But for this reason alone, you almost have to hesitate to use him. And now I'm gonna go into his actual card stats and break down what exactly is good about him and what is kind of lacking and what might make you want to use somebody else instead. So let's take a deep dive into some of his stats and what we're actually gonna be looking at, and then we'll compare him to some of the other golden tickets that we've been offered already. So obviously we see golden ticket Cam Newton right here going for about 2.5 mil. Obviously super early, so that price is gonna change. We're going to have 90 speed in comparison to RG, or just literally, instead of going to comparison, just literally talking about what it is right there. 90 speed, we have a lot of other faster quarterbacks available to us. That's really good, don't get me wrong, but he's not going to be the fastest player on the field. And if you're playing somebody who knows what they're doing and has any kind of defense, a lot of times he's honestly going to be one of the slower players on the field and might be the slowest person, slower than just about everybody on the defense damn near. 93 excel is cool, 91 agility, 86 strength. I don't really care about, agility, strength, jumping for a quarterback really doesn't matter at all. His throwing stats, it's going to be 99 across the board when you get into chems. It is. This throw power is really, really good. Obviously, everything else super, super, super good. The ball carrier stuff, I think this stuff is actually super misleading. Obviously, 92 truck, like all of these are really good. All of these are super, super, super good. The issue's going to come when regardless in Madden anyways, you can't run with your quarterback off a pass play and take a hit. You just can't. So immediately, unless you're running design quarterback runs, if you call a pass play out of a slot, for example, and you run to Cam Newton, he will still fumble regardless of this 81 fumble or carrying rating. He's gonna fumble just as likely as running with a Philip Rivers or any other quarterback. He's gonna fumble quite a bit. Now, if you're running in a out of like a heavy Panther set and you're not on conservative, 81 carrying isn't that good when you're going up against enforcers. It really isn't. So I still think you have to be on conservative with him if you're ever going to run like a heavy Panther or any kind of design quarterback runs and be able to take real hits. And because you're on conservative, this trucking rating doesn't matter anymore. Elusiveness, ball carrier vision, stiff arm, spin, juke, and break tackle, none of them really matter anymore because you're on conservative. So literally this whole ball carrier thing, it doesn't matter at all to me. This could literally be zeros across the board and just doesn't change anything in my opinion, at least in my opinion. Now, where we really start to see his value go down is when we look at right here. Now, comparing it in caps, he's 2 less cap than RG3, 4 less cap than Michael Vick. If you play salary cap, it really doesn't matter at that point, and if you play MUT, obviously it doesn't matter either. So the cap values I don't care about at all. Speed, we're going to see right here, speed. He's 5 speeds slower than Robert Griffin and 6 speeds slower than Vic. That's a big difference regardless, even with Escape Artist. That's a huge difference, guys. It really, really, really is. The rest of these I don't care too much about. His acceleration, I mean, it's a little bit underneath, not a huge deal. Jumping, everything else, I don't care about anything else here, to be 100% honest with you guys. And then, his ball carrier moves are a little bit lower, but once again, those don't matter at all. One cool thing with him is that, well, even actually, I'm wrong about this. His throw power is actually underneath RG3 and Michael Vick as well, which I thought RG3's was a little bit lower. So even in the throw power, where Cam Newton's known for being a big arm quarterback, his golden ticket's still lacking. His golden ticket's still lacking. And I see where it's made up for right here, mid accuracy, deep accuracy, and throw on the run, and throw under pressure. He does either have the best or he's tied for the best, but I'm going to be 100% real with you guys and be totally honest with how this game works and what you guys do with this game. If you're going to be throwing on the run, you're going to be using dashing Deadeye, crossbody Deadeye, and roaming Deadeye anyways, or, you know, some assortment of those three. And if you're using those, quite honestly, throw accuracy, you know, a lot of these throw accuracies don't really matter a whole lot. The throw under, or, yes, the throw under pressure, that is cool. RG3 already has a 99 though, so I mean, you know, it's not a huge help, to be honest. Break sacks at 99, that really, you won't see that whole lot unless you have an ability agile extender. And that's kind of where the abilities in this game make things interesting, because it makes some of these ratings that, you know, he does have a little bit better kind of not matter as much, because 99 mid accuracy to 95 right here, there's not a huge difference. And 91, there is, you know, an 8-point difference right here, don't get me wrong, between him and RG3. But quite honestly, a lot of people are rolling out of the pocket anyways, and if you have a good clean pocket, you're not going to miss many throws with 91 either. So the 8-point value between 99 and 91 here for Weekend League, in my opinion, coming from a professional player, just isn't worth having a quarterback who's 5 speed slower. That 5 speed, you're gonna see this come into play a whole lot more than you will 8 mid accuracy or anything like that. But these are compared against the 2 best quarterbacks, in my opinion, out of the golden tickets, and now we can take a look at some of the others. So 2 more golden ticket quarterbacks we have here is Lamar Jackson, Mohamed Sanu. Lamar Jackson, arguably the best. You can get a debate about it. And then Mohamed Sanu, by far the worst. I'm probably going to post a video here soon if you guys are interested in why Mohamed Sanu is the worst quarterback, but I think it's kind of obvious. But nonetheless, comparing his stats here, we see he's slower than both of them, and then, you know, this 97 speed is, you know, obviously this is huge. You know, we'll just skip right underneath. You know, the strength doesn't matter at all, to be 100% honest with you guys. And then going into, like, throw power, it's pretty much on par or worse than everybody here. So Josh Allen probably compares the best to him in terms of speed, where you have the 90 speed and 91 speed. And then we are going to have the acceleration, where Josh Allen's going to have +1 there as well, which, you know, +1 in both of those isn't a huge difference. But we're just going to take a look. Josh Allen has the throw power on him, a little less deep throw accuracy, a little less throw under pressure. This throw under pressure might be the biggest thing that's kind of like you know, kind of gives you a toss-up. But Josh Allen also has the best release in the game too. So that is something that you just, or not in the game rather, but of the golden tickets. So you pair that with Gunslinger, you pair Cam Newton with Gunslinger. Josh Allen's up here, and you have Cam Newton down here. So that's something you have to take into account when you're thinking about golden tickets. Or quarterbacks, rather. So to kind of reiterate more on what I was talking about earlier, where the ball carrier stats don't really matter, I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter where people argue about different quarterbacks and use those stats to kind of justify an argument. And honestly, besides speed and maybe agility and acceleration, the quarterback stats don't really matter. I mean, we're going to use Cam Newton again, and we're going to be scrambling, and we're going to see just how often these stats really play a huge factor, because he's going to fumble a lot on these quarterback runs, especially when he takes user hit sticks. Now, obviously, I can't replicate that here, so we're just going to be taking random hits. And right there, 1 for 2 on taking hits while trying to run right there at LT'd, which puts him in the same position. And we've already fumbled once, so we're 1 for 2 on it. It's probably going to be damn near about 50%, and that is kind of a lot to be fumbling. Now, right there, we take a good hit, and, you know, we didn't fumble, but there is a very high chance that you do fumble when doing this. I mean, we're able to hold on to the ball. It's just a risk you don't want to take a whole lot of. I mean, we're 1 for 3 right now. I'll run it a few more times just to be able to get some kind of gauge on it. And I mean, right here we'll see, and he's actually doing a very good job holding on to the ball. And if I look stupid, I might just be eating my words right now. But it's a thing where if you do try to, right there we see there's another fumble. It's going to be pretty consistent. This against the CPU tackling me. So I mean, you can imagine what happens when a user tries to tackle you and you do try to use a quarterback running the ball. I mean, we're 2 for 6 right now. It's still, I mean, a 33% chance of fumble is pretty high, at least for my liking. And I mean, once again, 3 for 7 we fumbled. So I mean, the percentage of times you're gonna fumble is very high, which is why I just don't really care about the truck, the juke, or anything like that, because you just can't afford to use them on these types of plays. So that's gonna wrap up my reasons for why you guys don't want to use Cam Newton, the golden ticket, for your new quarterback for your team to take into Weekend League. And obviously, if you're making a Carolina themed team, he's your guy. If Cam Newton's your favorite player, he's your guy. You know, there's obviously exceptions. You just really like Cam as a quarterback, he is of course your guy. But there's a lot of reason I feel like where people are going to waste a lot of coin on him thinking he's going to be very good, and the fact of the matter is he just is not going to be that great. He never has been in Madden, never really will be in Madden in my opinion, unless they really do some kind of overhaul to his player archetype and, you know, his player stature and stuff like that. But if you guys made it to this part of the video, a huge shout out to you guys. If you are interested in more of these types of videos, one, go into right now and hit that like button. Make sure you guys do subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000. We should hit it by the end of the weekend, as I said before. And if you're interested in seeing me review players more often as they drop and whether or not you should get them and comparing them to other players and more content similar to this, make sure you guys go in the comment section right now and type out the words "Go Fish." Alright, that'll be a secret little code between us where I will know exactly what you're talking about and that you do in fact want to see more of these videos. But with that being said, everybody, I will catch you guys all next time.